This is another master bathroom I did a few years ago. I thought I would update the video to include some pictures of how I installed this bathroom. So it's all marble. The shower area is all 12 by 12 marble with a bench seat, recessed cubby, and then the floor has some 18-inch travertine. So anyway, what follows is a series of pictures that I took while I was installing this bathroom. So it starts with the ceiling here, which was put on a diagonal. I always put the ceiling on first. It makes it easier. Instead of having to cut the diagonals to the walls, you cut the straight tiles up to the ceiling. Just makes it a little bit easier. So just start on the back wall here with a 12-inch tile, and this includes a fairly large feature with some marble tile inserts inside of a border. It's like a diamond mosaic marble tile surrounded by the gray border, as you see there. And that's just the main feature. There's also some of this diamond tile in the recessed cubby on another wall. It has a marble bench seat. So this is basically just the progression of the wall tile, how I installed it. And when you install anything in a wet area, you always use a thin set. Don't use mastic. Use a thin set, otherwise you could have problems down the road if some water should penetrate behind the tile, which does happen. The mastic, if you really use mastic, could re-emulsify and cause you problems down the road. So whenever you do work in a wet area, such as a shower stall or a tub area or anywhere there's water, you always use thin set, never mastic. So, there's a couple of marble shelves here, and like I said, a recessed cubby and that main feature there. So here in New England we still use copper pans. Not all the time, but I have no control of what the builder puts in. Some builders want copper pans, others want the membrane. It all depends on what they like. So anyway, usually when I do the mud in a shower, I first get a level perimeter all the way around, and then I fill in inside the perimeter and pitch down to the drain. Usually what you usually have to have is about a 1/4 inch per 1 foot incline going towards the drain. If it's a little more, a little less, that's not going to be a big deal. So you just want to make sure you have a positive pitch towards the drain. And the way I usually do it is I put the mud in, gauge the area around the drain so that it's the exact height of the tile. And then before I put the floor tile in the shower area, I usually grout the walls, the ceiling, and everything so that I don't get grout and water falling onto the new fresh tile on the shower floor. So also on the floor, this is a 4-inch, more like a 3-inch marble tile, just darker. And you also have to make sure you use thin set on the shower floor. And then put that in, and then I grout it and caulk all the corners, and basically the shower is pretty much done. So that's the shower. Now this bathroom also had a jacuzzi. So the deck is also marble on a diagonal with a chair rail border and a feature along the back wall. So this is also put down with thin set. Usually I always just use thin set with marble. Never use mastic. On a wall, where there's not any water, you can use mastic, but the large tiles tend to stop the mastic from drying. So over time, so it take a long time for it to dry. So on this floor, I used Schluter Ditra, the regular Schluter, not the thick XL one. So what I usually do is I usually cut it all in first, and then roll it back and cement it down. So under the Ditra, you're going to use a modified thin set to go on the plywood. So you're going to use a modified thin set to stick the Ditra down to the plywood, and then you spread your thin set, push the Ditra in, and flatten it out, and make sure it's all pushed into the Ditra. And then on top, you use a unmodified thin set, no latex in the thin set, an unmodified. So this floor was an 18-inch travertine, and then I had to put some dots in here and there in a certain pattern. So that's basically how this bathroom went. It's a fairly good-sized bathroom, and so just basically the steps on installing the marble in the shower and on the floor. So just to recap, you use modified thin set when you're putting Ditra over plywood. You use thin set, unmodified thin set when you're putting the tile onto the Ditra. So modified under and unmodified tile to the Ditra. Always use thin set in wet areas. Never use a mastic in a wet area. And so this was done a few years ago, so I thought I'd update the video just to show how I installed this bathroom. So there it is, all done. There's a few more little odds and ends that are going to be done, but that is not part of my work that I do for this bathroom. The glass guys are going to come in, put the shower door in. Plumber's going to come in, finish putting in all the escutcheons, and put the jacuzzi tub in, and a few more little odds and ends. But this one, it's all finished as far as I am concerned. So that's it. Master bathroom, marble shower, and jacuzzi deck and floor.